That's this deck lost against Solitude. I don't think we played against Solitude. We lost to Burn, and we lost to Through the Breach that game, that league. We 2-0'd 4-color Omnath as our only Solitude opponent. Yeah, we're up against Crashing Footfalls. Hold on. I'll continue to talk and think about this. Okay, if I had if this was a blue source, I would be holding these baubles. Guys might thank you. Okay, so they're drawing Teferi next turn, and then they drew Teferi, they're drawing Misty next turn. We find our blue source. I guess what I like about casting Sprite Dragon is it kind of forces my opponent to Teferi bounce it instead of casting a Cascade spell. If they cast a Cascade spell, I'm pretty happy, I think. So yeah, I feel like I want to cut the remands and the light. Maybe just start off with 4 Gaia's Mights. Like, go play 3 Bolt, 4 Gaia's Mights. No command, no remand. And I think that's how I would start. As far I will say I do like Jamoka's command. Ooh, Brutal Fury. I mean, yeah, this line was pretty bad against Fury Cascade spell. I still have Teferi as the last card. Alright, let's iteration. Hand, bottom, exile. Play Channeler this turn because it blocks the agents, I think Lightning Bolt's fine. I can go Soul-Scar Mage, Lightning Bolt to Rhino, maybe Dart to Rhino also. Boom Bust on top, fine. Oh, I guess they're going to just bounce my Channeler, though. We'll see what happens. I think Cyber looks like relatively standard. Maybe I think Jamoka's going to make maybe a little too cute. Maybe you just want to play more natural states, though. I do like the stubs. You can also play like just 3 stubs. That could be correct as well. Okay, probably a good draw. So I think I'm just gonna start off. Fetch basic mountain. Channeler, Manamorphose. Graveyard, red. Okay, so that definitely incentivizes me to Lava Dart to Teferi. So go Mage, Lava Dart to Teferi, Graveyard, Lava Dart. And I think on their turn, I'm going to Lightning Bolt to Rhino, maybe Dart that same Rhino, maybe not, but I'll play a little bit of defense here. Oh, no, this is coming down on this turn, right. Illusions, 18 months, thank you. Hopefully they don't have much action beyond this, because we can't beat much. Okay, so we go Lightning Bolt here. Hopefully they like fire the mage in response. Gone? Oh no. The trample's a big problem here too. I think I'm just dead. I don't think I'm outs. Not a fan of Founding. The thing is, Breach is just like better than Founding. And Founding is like not that good with iteration either. Turn 1 Breach, 1 Crash Through, 2 bolts, 1 bolt, 1 dart. Kill the Rhino with Dart. I know I can kill the Rhino with Dart. I'm just not winning the game. I don't really see a series of draws that like wins me the game. I can either like go down to 2 lands and go to 3 life, which stinks, and they have 3 Rhinos in play still, or I go down to 2 life and they have 3 Rhinos in play and I just can't win. I can just find a concede. I will say that this matchup got a lot worse with the Leyline Binding, where like most of their removal being red was like a lot easier to fight through before. Close hand, I'm gonna mulligan though. And this hand also close, and I think I'm gonna keep, hoping to find a second land. You could have blocked one Rhino with DRC, Mutagenic Soul-Scar Dart. I mean, I could have done that, and that plays around Dead Gone better, right? But I feel like I'm just like better off not playing around it and like maximizing. Like, I'm not beating very much this game. Did I see Dead Gone? I don't remember seeing Dead Gone, but if I did see Dead Gone, then I guess I likely made a mistake, huh? Okay, I don't think I want to play out the other Sprite Dragon into a possible Fury. I do want to find a land off this iteration, though, which I failed to do, which stings. I think I'm going to put the Bolt in the hands. We do at least get to use our mana. Or use our card, rather. Thankfully, they don't have Leyline Binding. Wow, just concedes. Sprite Dragon's been so nuts today. For all the people in chat who have been suggesting Balmore, I just want you to think about like every situation where Sprite Dragon could have been Balmore. I'm switching off Shadow Prophecy and Aether Mage's Touch. What am I doing with the Leyline Bindings? So as far as like so in the Goryo's version of the deck, I am still playing Shadow Prophecy. I think the Goryo's version is good. Probably not better than the Archon version though, but has more potential and I want to play more of it. The Archon version, the bindings are like almost definitely better than Prismatic Ending in the sideboard. It's also possible that I need to rework the sideboard plans because I want to bring in Leyline Binding against Murktide, and that means I probably have to play less Stony Silences, or probably rather should play less Stony Silences. This hand is so close. This hand is really good if it draws a land. We're on the draw. We have Channeler. We have 15. So a Bauble is also really good here. So we have like 19 good first turn draws. And then we have like 15 good second turn draws. Now Magus is not good against the Dead Gone Fire Ice Fury deck. So yeah, I imagine we'll see more Reanimator, but I need to like really map out all the sideboard plants and stuff. Yeah, I could potentially growth the DRC for one more look. So I think the fact that this hand can have 3 looks at the land probably makes it good enough to keep. Definitely like a sweat. And we missed, which I think means that we're going to have to upkeep growth. Maybe my opponent like Dead Gones or something. We just get to growth now. I don't think I ever double growth here. Maybe I do. I guess if they like Fire Ice or Dead Gone, I will. Do we just believe? These Sprite Dragons are... This thing is Sprite Dragon is so much worse if I don't have growth in hand, right? I feel like I'm way more likely to win if I just draw my land now. In these cases, I think that since London Mulligan's worth the mulligan. I think that mulliganing this hand would have been totally fine. I personally feel like we had a high enough chance to find... Ooh. I'm going to keep it. I feel like we had a high enough chance to find our land that I thought it was worth a keep. But if you mulligan this hand, it would be like, you know, totally reasonable. Cyber Guy for Jeskai Fervor Blade. There are. I don't know if I had one for the Jeskai version. Maybe I'll update it. But there's content for it for Channel Fireball on Channel Fireball. Okay, please land. Awesome. So do I just Mutagenic Growth now to try to... I think I'm going to save the Mutagenic Growth for like Fury, red removal. We're not under too much pressure. Yeah, I think mulliganing the hand was fine. I think keeping was fine. It's one of those like super close decisions that is like very, very tough to like firmly believe you're on the right side of. I can also Lava Dart to save my Sprite Dragon if they go 4 damage on the dragon. But I don't think that they will. I bet they go, you know, a bit different. Yeah, 3 on this. Okay, so I'll just go Mutagenic Growth the Channeler, and if I find Delirium, I save Channeler. I can find any creature, sorcery, or the enchantment in Breach, which is not, I guess, that likely, but I think good enough reason. Okay, then they do fire splitting here. And if I flashback Dart, I save my Sprite Dragon, and I could save the Channeler. So I think I'll do that. Obviously, like going down to land feels like not very good, but I get both. I get both. Let's go. Okay, I think I'm gonna upkeep Dart. Draw. Well, that card, that's actually sick if we hit the land next turn. We also have them on 2-turn clock. Let's go! Oh man, that was a really cool game. The gameplay today has been nuts. It's been really good. The 1/1 split of Fire Explosion was face up on the table. They're asking to get got. Yeah. Yeah, they were, huh? Oh yeah, I mean, I don't think that they didn't shame scoop there. They were just dead. I thought you were talking about my earlier shame scoop. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was also missing land drops, so like them trying to... Ooh. This is the Lava Dart format, you Yawgmoth player. Okay, this is definitely the matchup, though, that like losing Leyland at the Void matters in. Not sure. This matchup's probably fine, though. Yeah, I think they should have gone 2 damage on the Sprite Dragon. Opponents in the tank, if they want to gather courage or not. One of my friends, he used to play Gather Courage in Standard, and just he got so many people with this card. It's like the only 0 mana combat trick in Standard or Pioneer even. It's 1 green mana Convoke. Target creature gets +2/+2 till end of turn. So it's like Mutagenic Growth, but you have Convoke instead of Phyrexian mana. Very, very cheeky card. Link is just Sky Lotus. The Stream Decker is Blue Red Prowess. Maybe if Amon wants to delete the Goldfish link. That was from yesterday when Stream Decker wasn't working. Okay, opponent is back after deciding not to gather courage. Yeah, all the flyers are really nice against Jog, or like, you know, Sprite Dragon Channeler at least. Bird Young Wolf. It's fine. Very aggressive hand we have here. Totally fine if they jump block. Wasn't sure if they were going to plus or minus there. So let's go Manamorphose, red. Breach is interesting. Breach definitely makes me not want to flashback Dart this turn, but I almost feel like I have to. Go Soul-Scar Mage. I guess I could just go cast Bolt. Kill 2 creatures, kill Grist. They have 2 cards in hand. That's probably fine. Yeah, I don't think I'm ready to go down to 1 land. And then if they Yawg on an empty board, this is fine. Don't have cheeky lethal with growth, do I know? So this has protection from humans, so there's no like block plus damage here. I do think I have to kill the Yawg, which is, I think, probably good advice against the Yawgmoth deck. And then Breach plus Growth is going to be a ton of Prowess triggers for lethal as soon as we find a second land, or a third land, rather. Cool game. Gameplay has been so good today, I feel. It's all I ever want, right? I'm probably overthinking the block a little bit. They draw another land. Mana Flood versus Mana Screw. I guess Mana Screw is maybe a bit dramatic for a player who sacked their lands. There, we should be like effectively winning as soon as we draw that second land. Though we get to go Morphos. I think like 3 Mutagenic Growths, maybe just 2. Plus Dart. Wall of Roots. Okay, now them top decking a Yawgmoth is becoming a bit of a concern. However, we find that land. We could have maybe tapped this and not paid the life, but I think the extra card of the yard probably matters a little bit more. I doubt we need to Mutagenic Growth 7 times. Dude, Morphos into Morphos. I can't imagine a more beautiful thing. Okay, so now we just attack. And this should be lethal. We just growth like whatever creature they don't block a bunch. Yeah, I know I could have paid the green. I only saved 1 life by paying green mana, right? Because I fetch got a mountain. I may just be pre-boarded here. I don't think I really care about Kozilek's return. Yeah, Mage is a bit weird. Mage is kind of bad against the Undying creatures sometimes. We can play around it. Didn't seem to be an issue that game. This deck is so like really powerful all day today. I'm actually really hyped. Okay, return sounds nice. I don't think Kozilek's return is as good as you think. Where I don't know, like it kills their mana dorks, doesn't kill Wall of Roots, their Undying creatures undying. It's okay against the Grist tokens. It's 3 mana though. Kozilek's return is for pro-red creatures. I mean, you could also bring it in against tribal matchups, but I have it in the deck almost exclusively for Sanctifier and Vec and Forge Tinder, those kind of cards. Yeah, I agree. Like the other mono red list we were working on was definitely good, but like when I went back to work on it, it's like Flusterstorm / Invasive Surgery better than Leyline, Iteration better than Light Up the Stage, Sprite Dragon better than Electrostatic Infantry, which I said the correct name for the first time, I guess. And it's just like, well, that's probably good enough for me. Okay, I'm gonna save the Bauble for the dragon. And then like, so like, it feels honestly kind of dumb because like we've even like talked about this version a lot on stream, or like how, so like my journey with Prowess is I played I think a bunch of like a blue-red version without Breach because I wasn't on the Breach tech, or like I wasn't familiar with it. Then I think we tried mono red with Breach, like but a different version, and I kind of determined that that version was missing a good threat, missing a good threat to be a version I was interested in. And then we worked on blue-red Prowess with Arc-like Phoenix and Ledger Shredder. I like that version. Then we did red-green with Abundant Harvest Thrasta. I liked Harvest a lot. Thrasta was kind of shaky, but high upside, very powerful card. I don't think there's much I can do about that, right? Yeah. And then they printed Infiltrate. I'm like, oh, now mono red Breach has another threat, but like just play Breach in this version. And we even like talked about this a few times, but just we're busy doing other stuff, I guess. Yeah, I've been saying Electrostatic Pummeler instead of Infantry too. Yeah, I think the first Crash 3 was good. I think like this card always feels like it has diminishing returns to me, but I think you're usually pretty happy to draw the first copy, and so I'm just playing 1. Ooh, that is actually a nutty draw. Imagine Balmore, chat. Imagine Balmore over Sprite Dragon. Literally every time we draw Sprite Dragon. Is this deck viable with Shredder instead of Soul-Scar? I think that you don't want more than 4 copies of a 2-mana threat. Shredder is also like... Shredder's not bad, but Shredder is like... a bit like slower than you'd really like, I think. Okay, let's wait a turn on the Breach. Let's go... Channeler Iteration. Hard to say no to the Bauble. I think I'm going to, though. I really want to find a land. Okay, there's a land. They can plus a Grist. Oh, yeah, and next turn we have double Channeler Underworld Breach, which lets you go a little bit crazy. I think they have Endurance. What about this line that signifies Endurance? Okay, that's kind of bad. Although I guess we get to go. I guess we get to go Breach, Channeler. That's 8 cards out of the yard. Then we can flashback Lava Darts, Bauble once. I guess it's probably better to go Breach, Sprite Dragon, Bauble, Kilgrist. Yeah, that was Crime Punishment. Dude, Breach is so crazy. Every time I play with Breach in the deck, I'm like, yep, that card's nuts. And then I'm like, okay, let's just play different versions. I don't know why. I don't know why I just keep, like, I kept playing so many different versions of that Breach. I think at the time of making this comment, you are unlikely to see me play a Prowess variant without Breach in it. All my opponent could do is fetch a Dryad Arbor, so I don't know why they're pausing so much. They have no cards in their hand. And what's one really, really important thing about Breach too, of course, is that the card is like really good against Omnath too, or like gives you like a pretty good game plan against Omnath. I think I'm gonna dart the token and then Bauble one more time. Like, we just crushed Omnath earlier. Although one big problem with Omnath is, like, they do play a lot of chalices in the sideboard, or a lot of versions do. And when they draw a chalice, it's tough. It's hard to, like, bring in Shattering Spree against them, although maybe I should be bringing it in more often than I do. So they drew Endurance for turn, which is fine, I guess. Sage you on top. Yeah, they're just playing slow. But I do think, like, reading into the pause for Endurance makes sense. I don't think you can escape lands, right? Yeah, each non-land card gets escaped for some reason. That balances it, probably. Imagine if the Sprite Dragon was Balmore. Oh, Mind Collapse is really cool. I don't know like what it's like that good against them. Sorry to hear that, Dredge. Best of luck to you. Gonna bolt them, I think. We're imagining if Sprite Dragon was Balmore. I guess Lava Dart's nice because then I can go Bolt plus Dart Endurance next turn. Although, then they get to Endurance, exile the Dart, get bolt them down to 14, 9 power, 10 power, 12 power, then Dart kills them next turn. The deck's been feeling very good today. We haven't like had a crazy win rate, but it's felt very powerful every single match. And the matches we lost were really close, and we actually lost 2 matches because we had Invasive Surgery instead of Flusterstorm, and so it's like we're now playing Flusterstorm instead. Although we haven't played against Creativity, which is like the matchup I think that you kind of went Invasive Surgery more for. So we have Mind Collapse and Magda for flavor. That is very flavorful. Sounds like a fun card to play too. My Magda cards are probably going to come in the mail soon. I hope they come in the mail before I go to Portland next week. They might not, actually. It's fine. Dart was lethal? Dart was not lethal, because it was not this turn. It's going to be lethal next turn. Right? Bolt plus Dart. Bolt and Dart are the exact same amount of damage this turn. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to announce that I'm going to be visiting Tolarian Community College, the professor, and doing some collabing. Okay, so they get Arbor, but I'm not dead to Strangergeist or Messenger here, right? Just gonna kill him. But and jump in by Mox. I think I'm like pretty unlikely to like go to a local game store while I'm over there. I'm only there for like 3 days, and like I'm flying for half of those 2 days. Yeah, Yeah, but I'll let whoever, you know, I don't. Amy, like, you know, said yesterday in the chat that she was going to be one of the other people. I don't want to deprive the other person of their announcement, you know. Up against Titan, so I'm glad we get to bring in those Maguses. Oh, naming Shaman. Interesting. Yeah, I enjoy Post Malone, but like Post Malone's like legitimately like Esther's favorite artist. She's like just like a huge crazy mega fan. And she's like, "Are you sure you can't play EDH? Are you sure you can't play some EDH?" Bob's on a mold of 5? Well, mold of 6. Although Grazer kind of feels like a mold of 5 sometimes, I guess. Let's attack. I think I'm gonna be up. I'm likely gonna upkeep Dart. We'll see what happens. I would love to just like find a land, play Soul-Scar Mage, then next turn go like Manamorphose, Breach, Growth, or something. Another Elder. Curious why we use Growth on the Grazer. You wanted to let Grazer like soak up like a million damage this game? Just get that thing off the table. Like, it was already soaking up 2. You want to let it soak up, you know, like another 4 or 5 later. Oh, no land. Bummer. If we draw land next turn, and we go Breach, Dart, Growth, Bauble, or sorry, Manamorphose, Breach, Dart, Growth, or at least 2 growths. That might still work. Might get bogged, though. Bounces the Fountain. Replays Fountain. It's all life. Land. Okay. Step 1. So there's no Simic Growth Chamber in play, which means we may be just able to take a hit from the Titan. I could just go cast Sprite Dragon, attack 4/4. However, I think we can force a chump block. Which is probably better, right? I get to go mana. Maybe we just cast the Manamorphose first. Gonna have to do some math. Okay, so I go Underworld Breach, 8 cards in graveyard. Underworld Breach, 8 cards in graveyard. And then I'll be able to Mutagenic Growth 3 times, including the Lava Dart. So this is going to be... They'll be at 18, 3 power, 3 more prowess triggers, 6 power, 6 more damage from the gross, 12 power. It's exactly 18. It's exactly 18 if I'm counting right. I don't really want to count again. I don't really want to count again, but I think that this line makes sense. I'm not 100% sure that this is the best thing to do, but oh, I can also once I get oh no, I was supposed to be growthing the Channeler. I was supposed to growth the Channeler because this is just going to be big enough by itself. I'll miss 2 damage, I guess, but put the rest of the growths here. So I have to dart so I can growth again. Although now if I want to, I can scry a land to the top if I wanted to. I think I'll just put that in the yard. Do it post blocks. Bob is really smart, but that was probably better, yeah. Although I'm not really smart. I actually miscounted, huh? But this, I hit a lava dart, so I have enough. Okay. I didn't realize I needed to hit a dart. I think I counted 1 more Mutagenic Growth. Oh, there was Delirium that I lost. Okay. Right. I mean, I get Delirium back next turn. This deck has definitely been harder to play than it looks, maybe. Yeah. Obviously hoping to fade the second Titan here. Oh, they just have the haste. Okay, it's dead. Okay, I feel a bit better about being just dead. Also feel pretty good about having just the playset of Magus on the board. This is definitely a matchup that I feel is unfavorable, so we are respecting it. On the play, I mean, I guess on the play I can try to keep a hand without Magus. Or I can keep a hand without Magus. I'm not going to try to. Don't play into E. Sometimes you have to play into E. I don't think they blocked there if I just attack since I was 2 off lethal. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I feel like whenever I play against Bob specifically, I would just give him so much credit. But, you know, I'm sure he is human and capable of making mistakes. Do you not trim on iterations when I bring in Moon? No, iterations like kind of important to, like, I think hit the land drops for Magus. And Magus is also, like, you know, not quite 3 mana win the game, but close enough to 3 mana win the game that I don't really mind having my blue sources turned off. Especially when I also have Manamorphose, but I don't really mind. But, like, a lot of times you'll have, like, 2 lands, iteration, and you'll just iteration on turn 2 to, like, set up for the 3rd land, too. Okay, so is this an example of a hand without Magus that we can keep on the play? Sprite Dragon is really good in this matchup. I think this hand's good enough if Bob doesn't have a turn 3 kill, which is obviously possible, but I think we're probably not supposed to play around the turn 3. We can also draw Magus, too. I think the Archon or Goryo's Wooded Reanimator is better suited for the current meta. I think the Archon version probably, but I want to play more with the Goryos. I think it's got a lot of potential, and it's like kind of a hard deck to play. Yeah, I do think Dragon's pretty good in this matchup. Opponent's got a fast hand. I will Growth to kill the Grazer. You gotta kill the Grazer. Not sure if I'm casting it. We'll just see what we draw. We'll see what my opponent does. Johnny, 25 months. Can we be best friends now? That's pretty parasocial. 25 month resub, best friends. But sure. So bounces Cavern likely means another bounce land in hand. So I think we have to infer my opponent's hand is Bounce in Cavern mystery card. It does seem if that mystery card is just, you know, Primeval Titan, we are likely just going to die. So why don't we hope that they can't kill me this turn and set up for likely lethal on turn 4. Consider versus Crash Through. Don't register Consider. That card is just pretty garbo. We're also, like, you know, much more red than we are blue. But do yourself a favor and do not register Consider in this deck. I'm only playing 1 Crash Through also as, like, you know, an out, just some sort of situations. You're pretty happy to draw the first copy, bad at multiples. Well, you would think if there was just like a bounce land and a Primeval Titan already, those would be cast. Is Titan great against creativity? That's actually a really good question. Who's favored between creativity and Titan? I don't think I've played the matchup. Yeah, I feel like Titan's probably favored. Seems like creativity doesn't have like a lot of meaningful interaction, and Titan's faster. Yeah, I think Bob would be a really good streamer. Thank you, Hobbs. Yeah, I like this deck a lot too. I think that Bob has Teleria West. Their interaction is good, Titan's isn't. I would think that creativity's interaction doesn't line up that well against doesn't line up that well. Fran, we're dead, right? Just get Valakut, haste, attack. Besage you, command, wear tear, remand, leyline binding. Is remand good? feel like it's easy to play around. I don't know. Yeah, Prismari command getting rid of Amulet, that is relevant, right? Wait, why is Vesuva... That's a mistake, right? Vesuva here. Unless I'm missing something. It's just a mistake, right? Yeah, there might only be one Valakut over there, and if Bob may have just messed up and not thinking you could Vesuva the Valakut at the same time. I might just still be dead, though. I think I'm just still dead. This is... Yeah, still lethal. And there's another Valakut anyways. Okay. Pretty high upside hand. I think I'll keep this on the draw on the blind. Misty go. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to mulligan that hand. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so we're up against Living End. I think I'm probably supposed to not play a creature this turn and try to hope that they Living End next turn and I can win with my 2 creatures. I think I might also go like Mutagenic Growth, my Swiftspear, Breach, Flashback Bauble, just get a lot of damage and try to force my opponent to Living End next turn. And then I'm going to draw 2 extra cards. We can't win against Living End. Well, we have 4 Flusterstormers post board, but game 1 is really tough. So we have 2 fresh cards for next turn to rebuild. There's Force of Negation on top, which is good to know about. And like I think we're likely beating Street Wraith, Curator. Yeah, if they and like just forcing the Living End this turn. I think we're doing okay. Not 100% sure. So they have 11. They have 11, 13 damage. So if I unfortunately if I shock here, I'm taking exactly lethal if I don't block. However, oh, they have Force of Negation too. That's a big problem. I think I still just play both creatures and I can chump block if they make me. Yeah, I've seen the Emeria deck. I don't really understand it. I've played Emeria decks in the past. I always like feel so bad. I think Emeria players understand something about the deck's construction that I just don't. Okay, I'll die to Violent Outburst. We know, you know, I'll die if they have it. Okay, I think we start off by just going to 1. Manamorphose. Not forcing the Manamorphose. Iteration. Force Iteration, Pitch Riverwinder. Unfortunately, not spending mana probably means there's a second force. Aurora? Subtlety. Close. If we have, you know, Lightning Bolt, Lava Dart in addition, we get there. It's just always so tough. They Living End with, you know, and a double interaction the following turn. But obviously there's a lot of stuff that got us there. Like, so I definitely like Magus in the play. Probably not the full 4. I think I'll play 3. Cut some breaches, cut Crash Through, trim on Lava Dart, trim on Growth, trim on Dragon. And I guess I can keep either a hand that's going to be a turn 3 kill on the play, but I'm mostly just looking for a sideboard card. Okay, on the play for game 2 against Living End. I think we played that game about as good as we could have hoped for. I like this hand's obviously very good too. I thought Dwarf was the missing card. Need to see Sprite Dragon's deck. Yeah. So I talked a lot about my like Prowess journey, and it's kind of embarrassing it took me so long to get here because I've even talked about this version in the past, saying it's probably good. I haven't tried it, but it's like I started with Blue Red Prowess, no Breach. Then I played Mono Red Prowess with Breach. I thought Breach was insane, but the Mono Red version just was lacking one more critical threat. So instead of going back to Blue Red with Breach, I instead started working on like Boros with Clever Lumimancer, which I liked a lot. I tried Izzet with Ledger Shredder and Sprite Dragon. Ledger Shredder and Dadgon and wow. I tried a Ledger Shredder, Arc-like Phoenix in Blue Red. I like that version too. I tried Green Red with Throsta and Abundant Harvest. I tried, and then Infiltree got printed. And I was like, oh great, Mono Red now finally has another threat. We played it. Mono Red was really good, but looking at the deck, it's like the counter spells seem to me to be better than the ley lines. The iteration seems to be better than Light Up Stage. Sprite Dragon seems to be better than Infiltree. So why are we Mono Red and not Blue Red? And obviously, like life points is like the main reason, and like smooth this like Manamorphose for red all the time is nice, but this version has definitely felt like the better of the two so far, despite honestly our win record not being quite as good. Yeah, Ragavan sucks in Prowess. I think obviously like it's still Ragavan. It's going to be like not the worst card you could put in the deck, but I think it's worse than all the other threats I'm playing. So if this was Invasive Surgery, I'd be surgically into Living Ends here because I get Delirium by going Lightning Bolt, fetch Lightning Bolt. Yeah, Infantry is good too. Like Infantry is not bad, but like Sprite Dragon's better, I think. And I don't even think that's a very, very hot take. Is this lethal? No, we're a little bit short. But we get to put our opponent to 2, so Lava Dart or Lightning Bolt is going to be lethal even if they Living End. They have Force Pitch Subtlety, okay. So Subtlety was the known card. Throughout the 12-mana Dino. Yeah, I played that in the green-red version. I thought it was like fine. It's very powerful. It does feel like you're missing like one Manamorphose for the card to be busted. Interesting that they would fetch here. Endurance? No. So they're going to Living End again. And it looks like I'm going to have 1 or 2 turns. I think just 1 turn to draw Lava Dart, Lightning Bolt. Although if I draw a land, Jegantha, I think jump blocks. Oh, I didn't realize I had a Sprite Dragon in the yard. Right, because they dead-goned it. Oh, but they have Architects. Oh, no, Architects means I'm, like, pretty boned, right? Unless the top of my library is just, like, 2 cantrips and a burn spell. Yeah, cast the Magus. They know what I'm drawing next turn, so... I'm feeling amazing. Okay, this is 13, 16. Okay, I think just kind of easy. Jump block here. Yeah. All right, let's see what that next card would have been. Living In, please. Dude, Living In that's the Living In experience, huh? And then we get the job done. We're gonna just play Mesa turn 1, save the Bauble for the Dragon on turn 2. New matchup. Plains Aether Vial, a very powerful start in Modern. Yeah, they also have both their basics in play. That's right. Idyllic Range. Not the card I necessarily expected to see. I don't think I'm supposed to just growth there, but I don't think if you would, it'd be that bad. Good old Cavern Idyllic Grange combo, and good old Cavern Naming Clerics, which unironically, yeah, I was about to say, I bet they have a bunch of Ariok champions and stuff. I bet their deck is full of life gain. Let's go hand Lightning Bolt bottom, exile Steam Vents, shock and Steam Vents, then attack, then play Channeler, I think. Nice to be able to fly over these cards, though. Will I work on the sideboard after League? Am I happy? I think one thing I might be interested in is just playing more counterspells, where it does feel like the Living In matchup maybe isn't amazing with just 4 Flusterstorms, and so like maybe doing like I used to do a 3-3 split, and so I could potentially see going down 1 Magus, 1 Kozilek's Return, or 1 Shattering Spree to just play a 3-3 split of Flusterstorm Surgery. That sounds like kind of like a good change to me. Luminarch Aspirant. How likely is it that I can present lethal here? Not that likely. No, wait, hold on. No, I just have lethal. I think this is 8 down to 10. Yeah, I guess I have to find Delirium. No, I get Delirium off the instant. I'll take it to my draw, but yeah, the Kozilek's Return are going to look, I agree, going to look pretty good against Cleric Tribal. Going to look solid against Cleric Tribal. I cannot wait for Modern Horizons 3 to solve the Cleric Tribal problem. I guess maybe we should be attacking before, and then doing this after no blocks. Potentially no blocks. Although I don't know what 2-mana flyer they're like realistically playing. When will Modern Horizons 3 save us from our cleric oppressors? So they can violent creature gain life. Die to Mutagenic Growth. Core Skyfisher. Oh, baby. Now that is a hero card if I ever did hear one. Dude, we have 3 Kozilek's Return. This is so unfair. I'm not complaining though. What's the Cleric Tribal issue? That's the joke. There's not one. It's not, maybe not that good of a joke. The joke is that Cleric Tribal is probably Big Garbo. Soul-Scar Mage is very nice with K-Return. It is nice. It is also like still the worst threat. Like K-Return is going to be nuts in this match no matter what, I think. I think it's just going to kill most of the creatures without Mage. I do think it's the worst threat. I could be wrong, I guess. I don't have a lot of experience in the... in the matchup. Dirty 30, thank you, Sam. 29 months. Appreciate you. Has Jegantha made any useful appearance? Yeah, I want us a game against Burn. I'm gonna double Eidolon, just cast the 5/5. I guess we're keeping this, you know, Breach Channeler, Engine, and all that. Lean Arbiter is a cleric, right? That's it. Lean Arbiter is a cleric. But it's on a multi-5. Yeah, chat, how do we feel about... I've been wanting to do this for a while. I don't really know why I haven't yet, but it feels like while we're here, it might be a good day to knock this out. This is the Boros... I always liked this deck a lot. This deck was always really good, but this is the Boros Virtuoso Lubimancer Ground Rift deck, but instead of Niv Magus Elemental, which I always felt like was the worst card, we're playing Favorite Hoplite, which the more I look at this card, the more I think it's actually pretty good. I'm gonna look at the sideboard a little bit closer. I was on blacksmith skills, my extra protection spells on the board. There's what was it that I liked about this card about over God's Willing though? Oh, it was like Supreme Verdict and not turning off your ability to like target your own creatures. Although Emergence Scathe is just already good. I think that we'll probably just keep trying it. The silences are pretty nice. No Breach. No, Breach doesn't fit in that version, unfortunately. This version's a bit different. So this version is trying to kind of its kind of combo finish, I guess, is Ground Rift, targeting your Virtuoso to connive a billion times, do it again, give it trample with Ancestral Anger, discard Lava Dart, flashback Lava Dart on your own Virtuoso, keep going. Ooh, they're Heliod. I guess I probably should have guessed that they were Heliod, huh? Lava Dart should break up their combo, right? I'm gonna keep that one on top. I'm gonna keep Kozilek's Return on top here. Ooh, and crash through. So hand, bottom, exile. Yeah, this is we're back to the Prowess versus Heliod meta. It's all come full circle. Yeah, I was not a big fan, although it does seem like Reddit was a big fan of the Prowess Heliod meta. I was so tired of it, though. Take me back to Prowess versus Heliod dual deck. Of course, my opponent has Path to Exile in their deck, too. Probably attack me for 5, right? This should be fine. We're just gonna Kozilek's Return, smack him, then win the game the following turn with Underworld Breach, presumably. Ooh, I guess we have to Lava Dart this now. The +1 counter, huh? Surprised they're attacking with this, though. I think that's probably not correct. Always feels like one of the best feelings when you're playing Prowess is killing an opposing Ariak champion with your sideboard cards. Doesn't get much better than that. I don't have like random lethal here, do I? I've got 2 more darts. Maybe if let me look. Let's see. So 2 darts, 12, 6 plus 9. 6 plus 3, 9. They're 12. Yeah, not even if I mill over another dart. I'd have to mill over 2 more darts. Oh, they have Sanctifier on top, though. What's the plan against the Sanctifier? Just like Underworld Breach, Kozilek's Return, Bauble. I guess that's probably good enough, huh? I guess that's probably good enough, huh? I only have 1 more fetchable in the deck, though. I'll keep this. No, I can't get the ball. I shouldn't have kept the bolt. I have kept it. Don't think it really matters. Could have been dead. How could I die here? I don't think, because I mean I just fetched shocked. I don't think I'm dying to the Heliod attack if they just play 2 of these. Oh, they do have a path though. I know they have path. Dart now. My darts are exiled. They just got exiled. I think I'm just gonna. I'm gonna have to go for it next turn. Because they're gonna path my Swiftspear, and then I'm not gonna have a board. But I can probably set up for lethal with the Sprite Dragon, right? Well, they have Ballista on top, but Ballista is only gonna be on 1 because they're not drawing land and Ballista next turn. Okay, so I'm gonna go Sack Bauble, cast Kozilek's Return. Look at that Ballista again. Make them use the Path to Exile. Well, you know what? They don't actually have to use this Path to Exile, do they? Because they go to 1. But they're going to use the Path to Exile, right? And then I'm going to say no to Path's ability. Then I'm going to try to win the game next turn with Sprite Dragon. I'm going to have a lot of draws, so it's pretty likely. And then they're drawing Ballista. There's no way they're ever sandbagging a land here. Although, like I said, land Ballista doesn't even win. It's just a 2/2 Ballista. They don't have the Soul Sister in play. Their hand is Walking Ballista, mystery card. I guess that mystery card actually could be a second path. It's kind of like... seems hella realistic. So I'm going to go bolt them. Then dart the Ballista. Oh my gosh, I almost misclicked so bad. I almost misclicked and let the dragon die. Okay, they're at 3. I attack for 3. Okay. Back-to-back 3/2s. It really does feel like the biggest issue has been the counterspell split. I think going up with the counterspells will like lead to a higher win percentage. So like minus 1 return, 1 Magus, and then doing a 3/3 split of Flusterstorm Surgery. This sim is pretty fun. This has really been on my like list for a little while, and I'm in.